Hello people, thank you for tuning in to my Facebook page. Please watch this video, it is very important for you to learn. Please. My name is James P. Brand Jr. At last I'm known as CMB Terminator. Today I will be discussing a very important topic. Today we all will be looking at a very key part in the society. And here is the topic. Here is the thing we are going to be discussing. The immediate cause of children going astray these days, and we'll be listing few things that causes them. But please, before we move forward, please like and share this particular video, and don't forget to follow me on all social media platforms. Facebook is James P. Brand Jr. alias CMB Terminator, and YouTube is the same, James P. Brand Jr. TikTok is Fanboy James. Thank you. So we'll be looking at few things today. What causes children of these days to go astray, most especially we as a youth? It's just simple. The first thing we'll be looking at is the lack of parental control. Meaning, the parents don't have certain right over the children. Again. 2, we are going to be looking at the spiritual background of the parents in a child life. So firstly, let's look within the parental control. From the survey I have carried on as an individual, I have come across a lot of cases like that. Single parents, more especially single mothers, they causes a lot more in the society. I know I'm not trying to say a mother will bring her child up and then she definitely try to send that child straight. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm trying to say here is that there are certain limits as a child in the house that you as a child you should have that particular limit. Don't go above. But now the parents will say, oh, my child, I love my child so dearly. His father left me, so I don't have any other person besides him. Yes, it's very good to love your child, but don't spare the rod and spoil the child. The Bible mentioned that, right? Good. But nowadays you see a mother will love her child more than herself. She will love her child and then forget about his future. She will love that particular child and then forget about who he's supposed to be in the house. Forget about the role the child's supposed to play, and that child will start to play a role of his own. He will start to do things his own way while his parents are still alive. Here is another thing. Probably the child or the mother will not be alone. She will maybe have a man, and that man will not be the biological father of that particular child, right? Let's just say they call them stepfather. And maybe that stepfather will want to come down hard on that particular child. But the mother will always put up resistance each time the man tries to discipline the child. These are some causes of children going astray nowadays. And it is very important. Because they love their child so dearly. And we are just looking at the outward side. Nowadays, people say, yeah, the drugs. People say the government are not holding tight to the responsibility of getting rid of drugs. No. We will not blame the government. As an individual, you should know your responsibility as a human being. And that responsibility will only be passed to you by your parents. So, majority of the youth you see in the street today, I'm saying it clearly, their parents are the cause. Right? Majority. And we will discuss the minority aspect. Let's look at the majority. Majority of them, because of love, because the parent had that great love for them, so they will either, and anything you like too much, you all love it, it will definitely spoil. You buy a clothes and you really in love with that clothes, you overuse it, that clothes will spoil. So you see, so that's the thing. You don't love the child and defy him his punishment. Once the child go against a rule in a house, you should definitely punish him. And you have influence. There is nothing that child friend possess that is more than you, the parents' influence. This is where peer pressure comes in. People say peer pressure. And when you look at the word peer pressure, definitely peer means teenagers, right? Someone in your age range, they are your peers. Yeah. So as a peers, there is nothing like, for example, I will put that example on myself. There is nothing that my friend will get outside there or influence my friend will have over me that will be more than the one my parents got over me. No. Nothing can cause that. I haven't experienced it yet. So, as a mother or a father, you should always set that precedence, set that rules. Give your child a very hard tension, like put something above him, make him afraid of you in certain ways, right? Show him the way. Let him see or let her see reality in you training them. There is no way you born your child and your child will be more than you in the house. No, so long that child is under your roof. There are a lot of ways, not only by raw or beating them, I can see, but there are a lot of persuasive mentor that you will use on that particular child. That child will always understand you. That child will always, have that regard for you. Yes, it is important. It is the reason you will see a lot of kids on the street today, because they are so dearly in love with their children. Yeah, I've carried on a lot of survey. I have a lot of friends that are straight today because their parents gave them that freedom, that right to do things on their own. A child starts to hold phone at a very early age. A child starts to drink alcohol at a very early age. You don't have problem with it as a parent. You don't have any rules in your house against drinking liquor, against playing gamble, against moving around with friends late hours. It is all bad. You sit and say, let's give the children their freedom. No. There are people in the country today that still holds their children with hard hands, that still have certain right over their children. Yes, it is causing a serious problem for us as Liberians. And we are here shaving blame on other people. We are here shaving blame on the government. No. Let's start to work on these things. Let's start to work on our foundation, on the foundation of the children. As a mother, one influence you should have over your child. Always know who your child works with when you are not around. It should be your first priority as a parent. Who your child work with, meaning his friends behind your back. When you are not around, who he interacts with, people that he move with on a regular, always know them. And not just to know them, things that you should know about your child's friend, their movement. That will make you a parent. You should be wise enough. Things that they also do, things that they are also involved into, right? It should be your first priority as a parent, nothing else. Okay. Secondly, train your child in a way that once he or she goes in the street or goes out, The fear of God should always be in his heart. They should always have that fear for God. The fear of God is the beginning of wisdom, as we all know. So train up your child in that way that he will never depart from it. Always pray. Let him always pray. Let him always pray. Always pray. Prayer will help that particular child. Some people you see, they are crying around, my child is astray, he's in the street. That parent, maybe it's not his fault. Right? That's the second aspect of the children going astray. From the survey that I told you I carried on, minority of the children you see today, youth you see in the street, it comes from the spiritual background. The spiritual background. Slightly. As for me, I believe that wish exists. I believe African Star exists. I believe in the lift. The lift have a very great impact in the society. So to anyone who says there is no wish, there is no medicine, they need to know better, right? Your child will be maybe coming up fine, going to school, link up with good friends, but yet still he starts to do things out of the way. You need to pray for that particular child. Pray. Prayer is the key. Don't sit and blame his friends all the time. I don't believe in peer pressure. I don't believe in it. Because it is very simple. If my parents didn't have a very hard influence over me, I too would have gone astray. Right? Because of the influence of my parents, my mother, the prayers of my mother is the one that kept me this far. So I must appreciate that. I must appreciate it. Definitely. Prayer is the first thing. So, as a parent, if you don't discipline your child in the way that he will not depart from it, if you are always linear with that particular child, time will tell. The time that will tell that his destiny will be diverted to the street. His future will be transformed. He will turn into an unjust addict. You won't like that for your child. So here is the thing that you should do. Always set the rules of your house. And you should stand by that rules despite the love you have for your child. Despite things you both share in common. The bond that is between you. You should always abide by the rules of your house. Make him love that rules. Make him acknowledge the fact that yes, I have a parent. The lack of parental control are the one carrying a lot of children astray today. The lack of discipline. The lack of prayers. People don't pray for their child or for their children. They sit back and watch them behave. Watch them do their thing. And it starts good. You as a parent, you have the perfect planning for your child's future. You are the best person to plan their lives. The way you bring them up will always help them know who they are. The way you bring them up, it will always be. It will always set them for the next generation. Who told you that all the people that are making headway today in life, they came from a rich background? No. Some of them strive. Some of them, their parents taught them the right thing. So if you don't do the same for your child and replace the discipline with love, you are ruining the child's lives. You are ruining the child's future. Don't replace that discipline with love. There is time for everything, as the Bible says. So you should know that there is time to love your child and there is time to discipline them. So if you start to replace that particular, discipline with love, you are dragging your child to the swamp. You are dragging your child in the drainage. And one day, you will surprisingly see your son or your daughter in red light. As for we Liberians, we know red light is one of the biggest commercial places in the city. Low keke, to indict. You didn't plan that for his future. You thought you were loving him. But that love was the one that carried him there. That love was the one that put him in that particular position. Low keke or to indict. So to stop it, there is time to love and there is time to be disciplined. You yourself was disciplined. So you should do the same for your child. Don't say, I can hear most parents saying such thing. Like, the thing I passed through, I don't want my child to pass through it. But remember, that particular thing you passed through is the one that is making you strong today. It's that pain that brought you up well. If it wasn't for that pain, you would have been leaner. So you should know this. You should always be there to set that example. Make them feel the pain. If it is that pain that they want, make them feel that pain. Just for the future to be better. And one day they will sit and say, yes, my mother was a tough person, but she made me who I am today. And they will be proud of you. Don't look at today. Don't look at the days that are coming. Look at the future. What the future will bring. These are all things that people should know. Some people are adamant to it. We should not sit and blame our government all the time. The change has to come from us. The change has to start from the house. The rules that are in the house. I always see my mother have a great problem, but I've seen a whole lot. A very, very whole lot. I've learned from my mistake, and because of her prayer, I didn't go astray. So I hope you listen to this message and you start to do the right thing. As a youth, as a parent, you start to do the right thing. Some are ignorance, right? So please share this video with others. Please, I beg her. Once again, thank you for watching. I do appreciate everyone who shares and watch my video, and I pray that Each day that comes and pass, we are growing, we are getting bigger. And I pray that God will expand our network, and there is more and more to come. More and more. So please, share, please, like, I beg, please follow me. Thank you once again.